Hi, this is Sai Morton with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the forexpsummit.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit forexpsummit.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again at euro currency. So the event of the month has happened. So we've got the rate change, and it's very interesting to see what stands on the background. The first thing that is actually quite evident is that comments from the Jerome Powell are totally inconsistent with the real situation. If even you read our reports from time to time and briefly, then you probably anyway know about the situation with the inflation, situation with the job market. This report will also have shed some light on the consumption, so consumer spendings and so on. And second, what stands curious, at least for me, in this report is that sharp mind changes among the members of the Fed. If by the July minutes we see that only one member voted for rate cut for 25 basis points, just after, in 2 months later, only one member points for a 25 basis point cut. It was Michelle Bowen. So it's a really untypical change in the sentiment, and it makes me think that it's not about the economical problems. I think that the decision might be politically motivated on the Fed. So there was some pressing on the Jerome Powell, probably because comments that you could read from the Biden. This was a really big article on Bloomberg concerning his reaction, about his reaction on the Fed change, Trump's comments and so on. So it seems that some political background exists for that. Anyway, as you will see from our report, the overall sentiment stands in favor of euro currency, at least in the nearest few months, just because markets will demand from the Fed more dovish policy, and Fed will be under pressure. And this tendency might be changed. So we have the positive view and think that levels such as the 114, 115 area might be completed, might be reached by the euro currency in the perspective of the few months. The only changes of this might happen some unexpected driving factors. I do not know, some really force major geopolitical events could happen, which boost demand for United States dollar. This could change the situation. If everything goes as it is going right now, that should not be any issue. So euro currency maybe not as fast, but gradually should stay in a positive motion. Speaking about the short-term perspective, pictures mostly stands the same. So on the daily chart, we have to comment a couple of things. First of all, we have the grabber. I have checked this across the board on the futures market, on the major data providers such as the Saxo Bank, and all of them have this grabber. It suggests taking out of this top. And then completed XOP is quite welcome here. So market is gravitating to this area. Butterfly target stands 20 pips higher. So here it means that our nearest target on the next week, 12.33, approximately 12.55. Also, it will be accompanied for the daily lever, but since common week will be not as loud as this one, we will get only personal consumption expenditures. So from that standpoint of view, I think that we could call these levels as the target of the week. Second moment to the grabber is, of course, the butterfly. So this is the pattern that we could consider. The only question here exists is that whether the bottom of the right wing is already stands in place or is yet to be formed. So whether market will show another deep downward action here. And this information is quite contradictory, because if you take a look at the fall time frame chart, you could see multiple grabbers in opposite directions. And the same story you could see on the dollar index. So on the daily dollar index, you could see also grabber to the upside, another grabber to the upside, bearish grabber on Friday. So some indecision stands. But if you take a look at the market swings, here the major retracement already has been done with the forming of the right arm. If you remember, these are our hand shorts that we were considering. So I suspect that this major retracement has happened here. And here we should not get any very significant downward action. Besides, and you can see any attempt of selling down, it's actually buy out real fast and forming the grubber. So we could consider some minor fluctuations, but hardly it will be very deep downside action. From that standpoint of view, we could keep following with our butterfly that we discussed on Friday. Market mostly was standing flat, forming this minor retracement, as we said. By taking a look at this performance, here was minor grubber to be formed. We said be prepared, might be some minor deeper downside action. It has happened. Whether it's market will go lower to the 1120 or 1110 area, at this point it's impossible to say. So I suggest that, well, chances are not really high that this will happen, mostly because of this type of action. So here's reversal candle, it's upward retracement. It means that any retracement now is buying out. So I suspect that it's more probable that we could get upward action, because here are some signs of the bullish dynamic pressures are appearing. Anyway, there's only one option here exists. Either you split your position in parts and watching for taking a position somewhere in this point, then waiting for a pullback. It will happen, just take another one. Or you just keep the market action in a manual way, so you just sit across the monitor and watching for the market performance. Once it will show the retracement, you could try and take the position if you would like to get it right at the bottom. The only thing that we should avoid is a sharp downside opening on Monday. So if we will get some really nasty black candle to the downside, it will be better to do nothing and see what will happen. Because guys, currently I don't know what's going on the Middle East. No news might happen in any moment, and it definitely boosts some demand for the dollars, at least in the short term. If it will happen, it would be better to wait and see what will happen later. If we will not get anything of this kind, that's just following the plan. And the current situation seems so that our market is ready to continue upward action.